So this chapter right here talks about how we've gotten a little bit too comfortable with pushing the food button in the world today because food is so abundant and we've got so much of it, but they've put so much stuff in the food nowadays, and the way that they've spent millions of dollars discovering the most satisfying crunch in a potato chip, or that French fry that has that, that potent combination, golden brown and crunchy on the outside, but light and smooth on the inside, makes you just want to keep eating more. They've spent millions trying to figure this out to get us to keep pushing that food button. And the author here talks about somebody that did a study on seagulls and herring gulls, actually. And the herring gulls with the chicks, with the babies were actually like pre-programmed to peck at the little red dot on the parent's beak when they got hungry. And they would peck at that dot. And when they pecked at that dot, that meant they wanted food. Well, that was the food button for the herring gulls. Us as humans, we got our own food button. We're constantly pushing that food button because we just want to eat all these toxic foods that are out there because they make them so good. They make these foods so high in dynamic contrast and the experience so novel that it's interesting and it encourages us to eat more. They put the precise combination of salt, sugar, fat, those things that excite your brain and keep you wanting to come back for more. And that's why we overeat and we indulge. And we have to control that about ourselves so that we don't overeat and indulge. That's why I talk about how important it is to track your macros, your fats, your proteins, your carbs, and make sure that you're tracking this stuff on a regular basis and look past all of that shit that they're putting in these foods to make you push that food button. It says here that humans are prone to fall for exaggerated versions of reality. Junk food, for example, it drives our reward system to go into a frenzy. It just makes us want more. So control, basically, what you need to learn is how to make your habits resistible instead of making them irresistible. They're making your habits irresistible when they get you pushing that food button all the time. You just can't resist it. You got all this stuff and you're just hungry for more and more and more. You need to learn how to resist and not push the food button so much because you don't need all of that food.